to the On Air channel. I am your space curator, Ellie Jńe, and I am here to do like a very simple, stationery set tutorial to go along with my DIY social distancing gift, series that I have in my Let's Create file. Here in this set, I'm going to actually just make 4 instead of 5 cards, a card box, and then show you how you can encase or enclose this card box as well. So this is definitely going to have that handmade feel to it, but nonetheless, it's just a cute little gift idea to give to your friends and family, or you can use for yourself and just have a little bit of a storage case to go along with it. So nonetheless, let's keep going and get into the tutorial. So today I'm using the RECOLLECTION's paper pad, the fall tapestry. I absolutely love this because look at this. OMG, like the foiling and the detail and the print. It's really cute. It has a very like colorful but very, I don't know, I'm not huge on like super color, so it's kind of like, a blanket of color while also being very light. So this is definitely a vibe for me, especially this one is my favorite. As you flip through the pad, I use quite a few for other videos. It's absolutely adorable, but we're gonna go ahead and swatch our colors. I don't know which is what. I know for sure that I am going to use this one here. I really liked this one, so we might do like a little circle theme. We have this one here. This paper also is like 65, I think it's 65 pounds. What else? This paper is cardstock, of course, and it is 12 by 12. So you could definitely buy, whatever type of patterns you like. There's a lot at Michael's that I really thought was adorable. I'm actually probably going to go back and buy some more. But for the most part, all you really need is 5 12 by 12 sheets of paper to be able to do what we're going to do today. That is not going to work. Where are my other colors? I need one more swatch. You need 5 sheets of paper. What we're going to do, what we're going to do. I think there was one more I could have used. I guess I can use this. No, I can use this one though. See, this is like half the fun of knowing which paper is where. I'm going to use this one right here. Why not? Just have like a little pop of color. Alright, so we're done with that. We have our 4 pretty papers. I'm really happy about these. I think what I'm going to do, I really don't feel like this matches. But it is kind of like a vibe. I'm going to have to make it a vibe. Because this is a foil, I'm going to probably have this as the outer box. And then all of these colors on the inside. But I can see somebody wanting this as a card. I might have, let's see, would this work as a 4-card set? Or would this work as a 4-card set? Or should we use that pumpkin? And I'm going to take this out. Then we're going to add that pumpkin that we saw here. Bam. That way it has an even amount. Because I just can't be out here vibing and it don't have like the color profile that we need. There we go. So it has 2 foils because this is like a pumpkin foil right here. This is like half the fun. Okay, no, this is going to be the case. So, choose the base, like I did just here and wasted a lot of time. And then, these are going to be the 4 cards that we're going to use. This card swatch is way more balanced in my opinion. Alright, we can't just be out here putting colors together like it don't matter. It's a stationery set. So take out your cutting tool here. You can use whatever cutting tool that you would like. And the first thing that you're going to do with your 12 by 12 sheets of paper, I'm stacking them all together so we can just get this cut going. The first thing you're going to do is cut it at 7 1/4. And this is very important because we want to make sure that these lines are straight because we can't have no uneven envelopes. So the first sheet of paper that you'll have off to the side is a longer sheet of paper. That should be like 3 3/4 by 12. And then you're going to cut down once you flip the paper over to 7 1/4 again. So this should give you like a really nice square for your envelope. So before we get into making the actual envelope, because we want to breeze through it, we're going to cut down the other sheets of paper. So this one should be 3 3/4 by, I believe, 6. No, by 7 1/4. Wow. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, this shorter piece of paper, I'm not pretty much done cutting yet, so I'm going to leave this off to the side here. The first thing that we want to look at is this to be our liner. So in order for this to be a sufficient liner, you are going to need to have it at the size of 4 3/4 by 6. So I'm going to open this back up. You want it to be in 4 3/4, making sure that it's 4 3/4, and it is right here. And then you want it by 6 inches. So we need to line it up, make sure it's all even. So we can't have any liners left behind. Alright, this will be used as a tag, this could be a table, put a name there for the menu, for the table guide, I guess to say, where people can sit. There's a better word for that, but we're just going to blaze through. This could be tags, this could be so many different things, but we're going to put this off to the side for the end. This is now our liner, and we're going to have to score it so it can fit perfectly in our envelope. So we're going to put this off to the side, and then we also have the insert that we can be able to make in some more tags. So in order for you to make the actual insert, you are going to need to have the card size to be 7 1/2 by 4 3/4. So we know that this is 4 3/4. See, it lines right here at 4 3/4. I'm going to have it at 7 1/2 and cut it off. And this will actually be the perfect size for inserts for your card. So we're going to put this off to the side. This actually kind of looks like this one right here. I advise you to put the inserts away from that so you could be able to know the difference and not cut the wrong ones. But you should be double checking on size anyway. So as far as like the tags and things like that, embellishments that you're going to have or want to put in your stationery set, I line these up again, and I noticed that the size is 4 1/2 by 4 3/4. So what I do with the 4 3/4 side is align it to the 2 1/2 side, like that. And you can keep both of these long like this for tags if you want to, or you can cut it down. And I'm going to actually cut it down because I do want to show you what it looks like as a gift set option. So we're going to take this bad boy down too. Now we have all of our cutouts together. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm still going to use this again for the liner, but we have to score it first. So here we go. We have our envelope, we have our liner pre-cut out, we have our insert pre-cut out as well, and we have, let's make sure it's together, we have something for a gift cover or a gift tag. Here it's a little bit longer. We have tags here, and then we have some more tag stuff right there, and these could be name card, place cards. So this is what you should have towards the end of your set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 different cutouts. All right, let's put everything back to the side in order. We're going to start with our envelopes first because it needs to have a lot of drying in between before we get into the measurements. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to advise you to do is get your scoreboard. And with your scoreboard, you are definitely going to need what comes with it, which is your scoring tool and your box there you go, box maker, and it has all the sizes down right here as well. Alright, so this will be a one at a time type thing, but I usually like to flip my cardstock over and score the back so it does not mess up the image in the front. Whenever you do start to fold it, you'll definitely see what I'm talking about. So let's put these to the side. The first thing you're going to do is, and I'm going to flip this up and down just for my uses. What you do is you take the left side of the paper, you place it underneath this little corner right here, and then you put 3 1/8 right there. And again, like I said, I like to, this is a perfect circle, square, so it's not gonna mess up. But I like to, score on the inside, and you do not need to press heavy, just very lightly. Now the instructions ask you to line this corner right here to this line right here, but for consistency for me, I like just go ahead and line it up at the 4 inch here, and I'm gonna do it again. Nope, we gotta do 3 1/8 now, and then we're gonna do 4 inch again. So it's just in and out. So I'm gonna show you how I do, and your score should look something like this. Should have 1, 2, 3, 4 even triangles on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other 3 cardstock here, and I'm going to show you what it looks like in fast motion. Okay, so before we finish our envelopes, as you can see I finished all 4. I'm going to show you how to do this, but I want to also, since I have my scoreboard out, show you the efficient way that you can be able to use your scoreboard without having to take things back and forth while you're making this envelope. So we're going to get into the liner. So the liner in itself requires you to score first and then cut, because you want to cut along the lines. And where you're going to cut first is, again, I'm going to flip these over. You're going to cut with the short side aligned here first, and then you're going to do the long side. So I'm going to put these off to the side. And the first place that you're going to score with your liner is very, very, very important. You get this precise, or else it's going to look kind of funky on your card. Is the first place you're going to score is at the 2 inch mark right here. The second place you're going to score, once you flip your card up, you flip it up to the long side, is 2 1/8. So essentially what this allows your card to do is meet at a perfect point that's going to be perfect for your card that you're making today. And this point right here is so imperative, and it matches and aligns with your envelope, so it will make the perfect liner. And we're just going to cut this out when we're done. So I'm going to go ahead and fast track the rest of the 3 just to show you on repeat what I am doing. Also, the other thing that I forgot to mention was that this score is so perfect too for the lines to meet up on both sides of the paper, and that's really, really important. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and remove this and score the actual back side of this liner. So where you want to actually score for the liner to be prepared to be inserted is at 3 1/4. There we go. And I'm going to do a closer shot for you guys. You just want it right. You see these two are very even. So 3 1/4 will have you at the perfect place. And I've been stamping today, so if you see dirty nails, it's literally just gonna. So we're gonna do this again. 3 1/4 and 3 1/4. So this is, you're not going to be cutting alongside of this line. You're only going to do these lines, and I'm going to show you that soon. Okay, so now that we have our liners ready, and we also have our envelopes ready to be cut, now it's time to do our inserts. So this is the insert. It is the 4 3/4. I'm throwing my stuff again. And 7.5 here. So I'd like to do it, of course, one at a time. So basically what you do here is get the middle portion of your insert, which is 3 3/4. And you just do one line and move it out the way. 3 3/4. And we'll crease this later. Just for now, we're just going to have it hang out. But it'll come together towards the end. Just because, you know, we just want an assembly line and getting all the scoring out of the way. We're not trying to see final products right now. All right, so we have our last score, and I believe we are pretty much done with our scoring board. So I'm just going to go ahead and put all of my stuff back, and let's go ahead and shift gears and get into the rest of the cutting. Okay, so we have, you know, our liner and our envelopes are the two things that we're cutting. As far as this envelope liner, we're just having basic regular scissors here to do that, so you don't need this big machine, but it's not really a machine, but this big cutter here. But because we need really straight lines for our liner, we are going to use this. All we're doing is putting the slanted line on the liner here. Oops, I used the wrong one. It just basically scored it for me. But we're just going to cut this off on the left side, flip the paper, align it to the line beneath this cutter here, and then we're going to do the same. Now you have a perfect liner. Look at that. It's so ready to be lined on the inside of the envelope. And you see how it sits perfectly with the line here, and it has some room to give around here. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and knock out the other liners as well. You have the option, of course, to mix match the inside of your liners, but we'll make that decision when we get closer to it. Removing this big score away, and look how minimal cuts these are. This can actually turn into a very adorable card if you would like it to. So don't throw those babies away, you know what I'm saying? This could be future gift giving, right? So we're going to put that off to the side. Now it's time to worry about the envelopes itself. So I'm going to show you the back of the card because it's easier to cut this way. In order for you to get that envelope appearance, I usually like to cut on the inside of the score. And I'm going to do it again. See? We're doing the inside of the score line. And we're going to take that little triangle out. And we're going to do that on all four sides with all of the triangles. You really don't need it. If you want to keep it, it'll be a lot of paper that you have to fold. I just don't feel like it's a clean look. But if you're doing something really fast and, you know, you're just trying to make it happen, definitely do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Who am I to stop you? We all got creativity that's our own, so you might know how to make it cute. Me, I ain't got time for all of that. But yeah, so this is how it should look towards the end. Is all of these are cut off. What you would want to do, I usually like to use my bone folder. Of course, I gotta go get it now. But yeah, I usually fold along all of these lines. So we start with the inside flaps here. And you do not need to press down hard because you do not want to mess up your image on the outside. And do it here. Do this here. And you do that here. So this is kind of what your envelope would look like towards the end if you keep it this way. I usually use a corner chomper or a corner puncher. This one is from We Are Memory Keepers. And I take it and I use the 7mm. It really doesn't matter which one. I might do this one a little bit aggressive. I'm going to do the 10 millimeter right here. I'm just going to chomp off the corners here. Just put it in there, and it should give you what you need. Okay. Oops. And there we go. So as you can see, it kind of cleaned up, and I put the 2 flaps on the inside. And I'm going to show you closer. Put the 2 flaps on the inside up, and then I do the bottom and then the top. So now it's a very clean look. Look at that bad boy. What you can do also, and I am going to do this, is with the liner, I like to also round this off with the same measurement, which is 10 millimeters. We are going to place it in there, and it should give you that rounded corner look. So whenever you do take your liner, you basically score it down, and I like to also do it on the inside as well. Gentle. I'm going to do it again. It's just not ready for me yet. But you align that crease together, and you would seal it like that. And make sure that I'm going to show you this way. You want to make sure that this is sitting like right in the crease right here, because you don't want any space in between there, or else it will be hard for you to close up your envelope. So what do I use to be able to close up my envelopes? I use this Ellie Jņe's tacky glue. It's very, very good for me. I don't use a lot of it, but I do make sure when I do glue the inside of the liner. Come on. I get the tip of the liner, and I just kind of make sure that glue is, not heavy, because we don't want any glue oozing out, or else it's going to close up your envelope. And that's like a really bad idea. Then I just kind of glue a little bit below the crease here. And it looks like it's a lot, but it's really not. I just did a little bit. There you go. And what I do is sit it within, and I'm going to bring this down. I just basically sit the liner within the crease and just back the crease into each other like this. So it has that nice, beautiful lineup, and it will close perfectly. And then I complete the close like this. I take a coaster or something heavy. This is just like a marble coaster I got at Ross. And I just sit it right here on the envelope to allow it to dry. And it just really takes 30 seconds. So I'm going to basically do that with the remaining. I'm going to finish mixing and matching my liner and envelopes with the remaining envelopes here, and you'll see that process on repeat. Okay, I brought the camera in a little bit because we're going to actually finish up this envelope. The last thing you want to do, see, it's pretty much dry. Yes, this is still flapping, but no one's going to see that because it's inside of the envelope. You want to make sure that it's sitting perfectly on the inside of your envelope, so there's no space in between the envelope and the liner. So now that that is all together, you're just going to put your envelope flap on the left end and on the right end side, and take your glue that is giving me the hardest time and just line a healthy distance between the edge and this little pocket right here. You just want to line it with a little thin amount of glue, just enough to set it, but not too much to like ooze out, because what you don't want is for you not to have any room to put in your insert. So I'm just flapping this flap up, this last one, and I'm going to sit it right here and let it dry. So we have a couple of inserts that I was going to show you, and I'm going to move this out the way a little bit more. Alright, so we had the inserts that I was going to show you, or I showed you earlier. All you have to do here is, you know, make the insert look uniform. Completely optional for you, but I am definitely going to do it. And I'm just chopping the corners, or yeah, off. And then along the crease here, I am going to let me use my bone folder. I'm just going to crease it along the side. Again, you do not need to press down heavily because this is foil paper and you don't want it to mess up. And it will fit perfectly into your envelope like this. Look at that. You see? Perfectly into your envelope. So I'm just going to finish these on the fast track and show you how, what they look like. Alright, so we have completed our four inserts. We're going to put this off to the side. I'm actually going to finish up these envelopes here, and once I finish up these envelopes, I'm going to actually show you how I use the remaining pieces that I advise you to cut out. Alright, so look at the different color profiles. We have to wait until these dry, but I absolutely love these inserts. They're so adorable. And I love that the cardstock is like white on the back side, because you can be able to utilize your inserts, you know, to write in them, as well as it looks nice, even though the liner has that, you know, little break. So let's put this off to the side, and I'm going to show you what to do with your remaining scraps of paper. Here we have the longer sheets, we have the name tags, or these could also name tags or placement tags for the table, and then we have these shorter little tags as well. So what you can do here is we're going to start with the bigger ones. I have a tag puncher here. This is from my Amazon store. You can definitely take a look at my Amazon store. It is there. And I also got it from Hobby Lobby as well. So, yeah, really look at the description. You don't even have to go as far as just go to my store. Just go to the description. You use the link below. So the first thing that we're going to do is the tags. The shorter ones are the tags. So these are like gift options that you can use to make the perfect like little gift set that matches. I would personally pair this with like a craft paper to wrap, but you know, this could easily just say to and from, and that's why they're so small. They can say to and from on there on the back. It doesn't have to be a long-winded message at all. So look how adorable they are in the different colors. So this is something that you could also do for Friendsgiving. I want to throw that out there. This could be like a gift package that you make for a couple of those out there that are having Friendsgiving, or a small little, you know, some people have Thanksgiving at their house and don't do Christmas and things like that. So this is just a really cute little gift set. Why is this not fitting? All of these are uniform. And that's another reason why I say to cut at the same time all 4 papers, because what you're going for is uniformity. You don't want to do one paper at a time and then you're just like, oh no, I cut 7 and 2 I don't know, and 3/4 instead of 1/4, and you know, now you have like some paper missing for one printout. You know, I like to make sure that it's all uniform. But this is essentially what your tags will look like. Look at that. You know, you can write to or from. You can place this just as a cute little embellishment on the present. This is just so adorable. You could put an eyelet and a grommet at the bottom, and I'm going to show you at the end kind of what that would look like. But for the most part, that, my friends, is the tag version of what you can do with these tags. Now, as far as like the name is concerned, you could literally find some vellum and print out names and put it on the top, or put people's names on the back. You could put the number of the tables that they will sit at. There's so many different ways, or you can just turn this into tags, and that's what I'm actually going to do. But I did want to point out the name tag option. I don't know why I didn't have this ready, but this is like just a basic hole puncher. It's a little bit wider because I do want to put an eyelet through it. But what you can do here is just punch out a hole, and then you can pair this with a jar or a present or whatever, and you know, have your little logo, your name on there. Let's see. And I'm just basically making sure that I punch out this hole where it has enough distance to not really snag and break. So we're going to do it down this way as well. Alright, so that's what you can do here. Also, the other option that I have is, you know, you can round it off and make it absolutely uniform with the envelope by using your corner puncher here. And that's also a cute like tag option there. You can do that as well with the other tags too. And I'm going to actually finish these later because they absolutely look adorable. But see, look at that. Absolutely snatched. My gosh. I don't know what that voice was about, but yeah, look at that. That is so adorable. Who wouldn't want that on their gift bag? You know what I'm saying? It's so uniform. Looks like you purchased it from the store. Okay, so we're going to put these off to the side, and I'm going to finish those off later. And then this is like a gift tag that you can use where you don't have to really put to and from on there. You can emboss it on the top if you would like with your powder embosser. But what I usually do is take my, I'm going to bring this in closer. I take my tag puncher, and I use this sheet of paper, and it has to be long in order for you to do what I'm showing you. And when I say long, I would say over 4 inches. So what you do is press or stamp out the left side, flip the stamp over, and stamp out the other side. And you have the perfect adornment for the top of your gifts. So adorable. You could put a message back here. It's big enough for that if you want to. Most people wouldn't flip it over, but it is absolutely something just absolutely cute to adorn your gift. So I'm going to do it again. Okay, so while these dry, and bring this back up, while these dry, the envelopes, I'm going to start loading up the inserts, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can be able to prepare every, first of all, make the box for the envelope, and then prepare the envelopes within the box. Okay, the box is fairly easy to make, and it looks, of course, we're going for a look like this. And it's 5.5 by 4 and 1 inch high. So it has a nice little dimension to be able to hold all your cards comfortably. And then you can add some things to it if you want to. Alright, so what shall we do to start this process of developing our boxes, the first thing that we have to do is cut the paper down, your 12 by 12 sheet of paper, to 8 by 12. And that's why it's great to start with a 12 by 12 sheet versus a 8.5 by 11, because you're not going to get all the dimensions that you need. You might have a little shorter flap, but I haven't really experimented with it. All right, so before we take the scoreboard out, I don't know why I did that so prematurely, but we're just going to measure this out, and we want it to be 8 by 12, so it's a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. All I need to do is line up the 8 and let go of this, and this could be more tags that you add to your gift set. So what I like to usually do is cut these bad boys down at 2.5, and sometimes I use these as like list reminders. I mean, I'm a list person. For me to get things done in the day, I usually whiteboard or make a list if it's like a finalized thought of things that I need to do or how I got a process done. So I do it in 2.5 increments here, and then I turn these into tags, and you know, I'll do something like this, make like a list, you know, with details on the back and titles on the front. So let's put this off to the side, move this out of the way. Making this box is extremely easy because now we're already at the scoring part. And what you want to do here whenever you score is make sure that it is right where it needs to be, because we can't afford for any of the folds to be off. So the first thing that we do is line this up, and remember, flip this over when you score, because you do not want to mess up the image, just in case things go out of whack. The first thing that you're going to do on the 8-inch side, is you're going to score at 1/4. Then you're going to score at 1 1/4, 6 3/4. There we go. And then it's 7 3/4. So you're leaving a 1/4 inch on the sides. You have an inch for the actual dimension of the box, and then of course the inside of the box. You're flipping this paper over, and then you're going to score at 3 inches. Then you're going to score at 4 inches. Then you're going to do 8 1/4 because, 8 1/8, so you can have a little bit of room. And then you're going to score at 9 inches here. All right, so we're moving this out of the way. You can use your scissors to cut off what you need to cut off. I usually like straight lines, so I'm not doing that. But what you're doing here is making sure that you cut off 3 inches, or cut off these corners here. You want to keep this area, this area, this area, and this area. So we're cutting off these just 2 boxes off here. So each box is probably like 9 inches. So I'm stopping it right at 9, picking this up slightly, making sure that these align. Hello. And then I'm stopping it at 3 and bringing it on home. I'm gonna flip this over and do the same. Make sure that these align perfectly. Start it at 3, bring it home, lift this up a little bit. This time I'm gonna start it at 9, and then we're gonna bring it on home. Now, as far as like the rest of the flaps, I'm gonna use my scissors like this. Take my scissors, and I'm gonna cut on the outside of the line here, and you should have that little break. So I'm going to show you again. So what I usually do in order to make the flap here is do the angle again here on the inside of the smaller square. There we go. Show you again. Now we're going to go, and with this square in the middle, we're just going to go ahead and cut it straight, but on the inside of the score line. So it should be like a little break. You should have like a little flap right here, And this is going to help you easily fold your box. And you're just going to cut it down like that way. I usually do it a little bit more closer to the angle, like this. Again, this is handmade. We're not here for perfection, but we are here for functionality. You don't want to snag it because there is a possibility that it can run up your box. So, alright, so this is the remaining scraps of paper that you have. You can turn these into tags if you want to as well. I'm going to put this off to the side. I'm going to take out my scissors one last time and my corner puncher or my corner rounder. I'm going to cut these to, you know, a very small amount and get them out of the way. So what I do is take my corner rounder and I'm just feeding it through the rounder, and yeah, I'm just doing only one side because one side is going to be my top, the other side is going to be my bottom, and I determined it will be this. And make sure you look at the design on the front before actually rounding off your corners, because if it needs to line up where the picture comes down, like for instance, in order for me to make this box, I had to see that the trees were facing down instead of them going upside down. Take a look at that first before you round off the corners. All right, so now the moment of truth. We are going to go through and really just crease these bad boys together or down like this. I'm gonna do this again. And the reason why we want to set the crease is because when we're folding the box, we don't want the box to kind of have like a wobbly dimension because we didn't set it. We can kind of fix the structure of the box when it's set versus when it's kind of like going all over the place. You're going to fold this tab in. We're going to crease this little tab right here. I'm going to crease this tab right here. There we go. And then we have this tab. You can kind of crease that in. And now we have the whole box kind of like ready to fold. You know, it has this little room that it needed. So we're going back over here. And the idea is to have this be the bottom of your box, right? And this is going to be the top flap. I'm taking my glue. It's going to give me quite the struggle to come on down. And I'm just going to run a nice little line here. Uh-oh. We're just going to run a nice little line right here as well. And then we're going to actually press this box up like this on the side, the left and right side, and have it prepare. And I'm putting my sleeves up so the glue doesn't catch me. We're going to have it prepare to lay onto the box, and you're going to have to guide it as well, but this glue is sufficient for this project, so it's going to actually allow you to stick to the box quite quickly. Now, if your glue takes a little while to stick, I will let the glue dry up a little bit, like wait a minute or two, and then attach it to the box, because you still want that manipulation space. And you see what we're doing is lining this up, making sure that it's absolutely perfect on all sides, and the box is where it needs to be. There's no spaces on the box, and if they are, just like bring them down. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to check this side. No spaces. And you see this slant right here simply because it helps you, like, I guess to say, hold the cards and push some of them back and out of the way. It's really just to give your card some wiggle room. And that's why I added that 1/8 inch. Alright, so we have a box. Okay, you see it? You see it? It's beautiful. It has the beautiful little detail on the sides. What I usually use, and this is from the dollar store, is, you know, some Velcro. I just take the sticker here, make sure the Velcro is lined up perfectly. Let me show you that. It's lined up perfectly. This adhesive on the back is really not giving strength, any strength for me. So I usually like to put a little bit of glue on the bottom. There we go. There we go. Put a little bit of glue on the bottom. Again, we don't want too much to where it runs. And then I just place it where I want the Velcro to go. And it, I generally like to go with the tab first. The tab is going to tell you where it can land and where it can't. So now that I have it on the tab, I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. It's going to show you. There we go. On the bottom as well. I'll move it out the way because, again, you don't want the Velcro to be showing at the edge of your paper, so you can move it out the way a little bit. Close the box up and place the tag, meaning your top flap where you want it to sit, right here. And let that glue dry, and make sure it's comfortable. It's not straining like you're pulling it towards the end of the box. No, you want it to be like right where you want it to be, and it needs to be comfortable, so as it dries it could be able to comfortably set up. You don't want to play with it too much while it's drying, because you want it to be as strong as possible. So we're going to put this off to the side and let it dry. I usually use something like real light, like this stamp pad, and I'm going to put it to the side. And the stamp pad shouldn't crush the box, because that's what we don't want. Alright, so we're moving all this stuff out of the way. We are now in the home stretch. I know this is a very long tutorial, but it's a gift set, and I might do a lot more of these with the different papers that I find, because they're cute, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, let's get those envelopes out. They should be ready to go. Look at that. Look at that. And this is just a general pattern. You can use different pictures and things like that. Like, see, these pumpkins are upside down. You can flip the envelope a certain way to make sure that the pumpkins are not upside down, if that's what you like. I generally do not care for this particular pattern. But yeah, so these are ready to be locked and loaded within the box once the box actually, is secure. So I like to continue the mix and match of my envelopes. And how I do that is I just kind of gauge what looks best. I think that goes well there. I think this will go well here. I think this will look really cute here. And I think that will look cute there. So I'm going to put, oh, you know what? I can like do this and do this. No. I can do this. And then I can do this. And then I can do that. I don't know if I like that matchup now. Nope, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to where I had it. Bam and bam. Alright, so we're now going to just stuff our envelopes. See, I'm throwing stuff. Stuff our envelopes inside. And there you have it. So adorable. I generally like to put the tags in there too. And I simply do that because, you know, I don't like it just rumbling around within the box. Look at that combination. Have fun. Super, super fall in my opinion. But yeah, so what I usually like to do from here, now that I see the combinations kind of thriving and all that type of stuff with the gift tags that will go on top of the gift boxes, I like to match them with the envelope because that will be showing on the outside. Like this. As far as the gift tags, I like to also either have it match the insert or the envelope itself. This time I'm going to do the insert. Not the insert. Yeah, the insert. I don't know why I'm saying not the insert. So these kind of match for me. So let's put this here. This goes here. And these two go here. There we go. And then as far as like these additional tags and things like that, I have it actually match the liner. So you can't see the liner here on this one, but this would be for the liner. This would be for this liner. Bam. And because the liner is so thick, like the cardstocks are the same type of weight, the envelope is going to be very structured. In order for me to get these fully prepared, I just put them in the envelope like this. And you have the perfect little card set. Look at that. How adorable. This is such a cute mix and match. How can you not love this? Alright, in order to seal it, you can wax seal it in the middle. You can use tape. You can do all types of things to seal it. Double-sided tape by that means. But yeah, there's so many different ways that you can prepare this and close this up. Also, let me also say this. You can take here. You could take one of these tags and do one of these numbers with the envelope as well. And this is absolutely adorable. I just thought about this now. You can round off both sides of the corners. Hole punch this. Bam. Round off the corners like so. There you go. And then take this and put it on the outside of your envelope here. And that is an absolutely adorable idea to close up the envelope versus using double-sided tape. So let's go ahead and prepare this for the box. And we are going to wrap this video up. Alright, shame on me because this box is not completely dry, but you know, for the sake of this video, we just gotta kind of wrap it up. Here are the 4 different cards that we have. I make sure that they're all facing the same way. I like them to actually showcase on the inside this way. And I just kind of stuff them in the box here, like an envelope, yeah. And kind of, you know, brush them down because it does have these tabs at the bottom of the box that are making your envelope stick up, and that is okay. And then I take the 2 tabs on the side and just close in the box. I'm going to show you a couple inspirational ideas of how you can use this for gift wrapping. But until then, I wanted to say thank you for watching this long tutorial. Tell me what you think. Subscribe, like, comment. Follow me also on Pinterest and Instagram at Ellie Jńe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, guys, and I look forward to making more content with you guys soon. Bye.